Alrighty, welcome back. Griddle Cooking More. Today is test time. I've gotten a lot of requests to do the Flat Top Kings bread test. Now on the Halo griddle, I did a pancake test on it, but we're going to do 3 griddles, so it's kind of like he did. We're going to start with the Loco griddle. I'm going to do them separately. I really want to focus in getting the bread on fast to get the most even temp. So we're going to do the Loco first, but we're going to do the Loco, the Halo, and the Blackstone. I have an older Blackstone, so I really want to compare it to Flat Top Kings. He's got the new Omnivore. It's griddle top, supposed to be more even and whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get each griddle the 350. So on the Loco, it's got a thermostatically controlled burner, so you set it to 350. So we're just going to set this to 350, get it heated up, and once it hits the temp, we're going to throw the bread down. And on the other 2 griddles, I'm going to preheat them until I get to 350, throw the bread down. Each one, we're going to let the bread sit for 10 minutes. So that way, so we're all starting right around 350 on those 2. We're going to use the temp gun on the Blackstone and the Halo. But on the Loco, we're going to go by its temp control and see what it says or what it does. So we're just going to set the 350 and rock and roll. You look on the griddle here. I got my bread laid out just to see how much I needed. So it was 2 loaves and 1 piece. 2 loaves would have been perfect, but one of the heels was too thin. So that's what we got here. So I'm going to get all the bread off, get it heated up, the 350, and then get that bread down. All right, so Loco's fired up. It's kind of crazy, so we're going to check the temps real quick, but it took about 6 minutes. I turned the left burner on first, but the right burner got the hot first. So we're just going to scan across here. So on the very edge, I'm at 200. Right in front of the burner, about 300. To the left, right to the left of that first burner, 350, 375, 380. In the middle, I'm at 380, 360. 400 between the middle and the left burner. It's coming back down, 360. Right in front of the very far left burner, about 360. And all the way over about 360. So it's going to be kind of a gauge. So when we get the other one going, the other 2, we'll try to get close to that. So it's like 360 seems to be the mark. So let's rock the bread down. The other thing about this test is I can get this bread down way faster than my pancakes when I did the pancake test on the Halo. So I probably only had like 1 row of pancakes for the time it takes me to get this down. So I think I'll have a little more even results. So we get that all the way to the edge, kind of space it out a little bit. All right, perfect. So now we get it all down. Hit the timer for 10 minutes. All right, we'll be back in 10. All right, we're getting close. We're less than a minute away. See what's going on with this. So Local's cool because it's thermostatic control, but you can hear these burners kicking on and off the whole time. So it'll be interesting to see because it's going to be a little different than other griddles. So when I get those to around 350, 360, throw the bread on, they continue to heat because they're not thermostatically controlled. So we'll be interested with results. And the temps across the Halo or the Loco here, when you first heat it up are kind of a little all over the place. But once you get food down, I think it kind of helps even it out. But we will see when we flip that bread over here in about 15 seconds. All right. Stop. All right, there we go. Been a minute. We're going to go ahead and shut the grill off. Start flipping. All right, there we go. So you can see hot spot right across the middle there. 2 rows up, kind of started getting the second row up. Middle row, except for the very edge, because I had it right to the edge, so you can kind of see. So I try to flip them so you can see it. These 2 rows real brown. Looks like between the far right burner and in the middle, that seem to be the hottest, these 2. That probably goes like that. So you can see the brown getting in there, and then this edge, definitely the coldest edge. You can see that's really white and in the bottom. So there you go. These two edges, definitely you got a little toast on them, but super cool. So your heat zone's really from this side all the way over. For me, it works great because I always cook on this side first and usually leave that side to push over stuff to keep warm or whatever. So that kind of works for me real good. But there you go. This is the Loco. That's how it did. So I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to do the Halo and Blackstone next. We'll do it at the same time. Those are both downstairs in my garage. So, but that's it. We'll get the other one two tested, check them out, and then we'll see which one's the best. All right, we are back at it the next day. So next up is the Blackstone. So what we're going to do is, since the Loco I just set at 350, let it heat up until they all hit 350. Measure the temp, pretty much 350 to 360 across the board. So that's what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to bring it up to 350, 360, and as soon as we're right in that range, we're going to drop the bread down. So kind of all keep them around the same temp there. So that's what we're going to do. Once this thing is heated up, we'll be back, get this thing rocking. Alrighty, we're getting close here. Let's check it out. So I'm like 330 there in the middle, 335, 330. So I'm getting close. Cooler on the end, so we're just maybe a minute away from getting that bread thrown down. And we're gonna throw it down, 10 minutes, flip it, see what it's all about. Let's see if the old school Blackstone is better than the new omnivore Blackstone. That's what I want to know. Because that new one sucked really bad. Sorry, Blackstone. All right, we're getting close to 350 there. Getting close, getting close. So right in the middle of the griddle here, we're right at about 350. 347, 350. We get over here to the right, we're getting 308. All the way over, 200 something, which is normal. 367. All right, so I think we're close enough, right across the middle. Let's get the bread down. All right, timer started. We'll be back when it's time to flip over. All righty, less than a minute left. I can already tell, compared to the Loco, I can smell this shit's burning. So that really is going to showcase the Loco's temperature control. But I can smell this bread's burning, so if it's burning on the Blackstone, it's really going to be burning on the Halo. So, but we're going to be flipping it over here in a second and see what's going on. All right, counting down. All right, there we go. Shut it down. Flip it over. All right, as you can see, very far corner, this very far corner, hardly got anything. Not too bad on this side, up in that corner, not too bad, but actually decent browning. These did not too bad. You can definitely tell center section here is good, and even the back's pretty good there in the middle. Now getting over this way a little less, and that corner is worse. But if I recall, and I have to review Flat Top King's video, this thing looks like it did a little bit better, more even heating than that did. At least the heat spread out better, it seems like, but I have to review that video and double check. But that is it for the Blackstone. We're gonna get the Halo up here next. Got 6 loaves of bread, not quite enough. I gotta run and get another loaf, but I'll be back when we get the Loco ready to roll. Or not the Loco, my bad, but when I get the Halo ready to go to get our final test. So, shall be interesting. All right, be back. All righty, it's Halo time. Same deal, we're gonna load it up. Got it preheating on low, all the way on low. All eight zones are on. So, gonna get it up to 350, 360. Drop the bread, 10 minutes. Same deal. Shall be interesting. So if you thought it burned on the Blackstone, wait till you see it burn on this one. But hopefully a lot more burns than the Blackstone. So, but still, I'm kind of amazed by the Blackstone. I think that old school Blackstone may have kicked Omnivore's ass. I'm not sure, but definitely gonna review that video and see. So, but give us a few minutes here to get warmed up. So I've only had it on just a second. So we're only about 130, 140. So We'll be back when it's ready to drop the bread. All right, we are getting close here. Kind of see where we're at. Been 330, 340, 330, 40, 330. So super close here. We're looking for 350, 360. And we're rocking that bread down 10 minutes. My hopes with the Halo, we're gonna see a lot more burned bread. That's hopefully more burned bread than the Blackstone. We'll see. Getting close. We're at 340s. 340s. Got 350, 360, 360. All right. Let's get the bread down. All right. Timer is set. 10 minutes. We'll be back. All right. We're about a minute out. What's really interesting is, I don't know. I don't smell the. I mean, I smell a little burning, but I swear on the Blackstone, the bread burning smell is a lot stronger. So it's got to be burning. I know it's got to be burning on this thing. So we'll find out here shortly. But I thought that was kind of interesting. The Blackstone really stood out, the burning, but I could smell a little bit. So it definitely burning, but maybe not as bad as the Blackstone. So we get about 27 seconds left, and we're gonna start flipping. All right, getting close, getting ready to burn the crap out of my hands here. All right, go ahead and shut this off. All right, start flipping. All right, here we go. So, already a whole lot better heat coverage for sure. Front row, a lot browner. Even all four corners are fairly dark. Now you can definitely tell right in here in this middle band, super hot. But I'm gonna have to say this has definitely got the best spread out heat there is out of the three. The Loco was probably the worst, but pretty impressive here actually. So I remember the Loco was like super white on the edges. So really, I mean, and then the corners, even the Blackstone, all four corners were super white. But this front row basically is the weakest, and you can see it starts getting darker, and then boom, right in here. So very interesting. All right, we're gonna do a quick bonus round here on the Halo. This time I did about an 8-minute preheat on low setting, which has me right around 300 degrees, 292, 302, 10, 38, 12. So we're gonna get that bread rocking. We're gonna see how it does. Kind of more of a realistic deal. Like if I'm gonna be cooking low temperatures, this is what I'm gonna be doing. So let me get the bread laid out and we'll get it rolling. Right, got the timer. 10 minutes. All right, so kind of want to see, because kind of learn you got to do more shorter preheats when you want to do lower temperature. So 8 minutes preheat on the low regular setting puts me right around 300 degrees. So we're going to do a little test and kind of compare it to doing a low 10-minute preheat. So which put me around, or actually I didn't even do 10 minutes, I did 350, so probably a little more than 10 minutes maybe, or right around there, so something like that. But anyways, this is kind of what I do when I'm, so far that when I'm cooking something on a low temp, this is kind of where I start at. So let's see what it does. Be back in 10. All righty, we're getting super close here, about 20 seconds left, and then we'll be checking it out. Right, counting down. All right, here we go, let's flip. All right, that's hot. All right, so you can tell that third row, fourth row up, that's your heat right there. That's your searing zone, if you will. But still not as burned as the 350 test. So I guess if you're doing a cook, a low temp cook, maybe like a 7-minute preheat, because it is going to gain. This bread really doesn't suck up much temperature off the grill either, but depending on what else you're cooking, it's going to absorb more heat and then regulate it out. But still, I mean, I'm happy with it. Very little white here on the very tip, so I mean, it's still getting plenty of heat. I mean, if I had some butter right now, I'd be eating some toast. Little, you know, obviously this row right here in the center is a little brown, but even the corners, the four corners, so it gives you another idea. So not super even across the board, but I mean, it's doable. I mean, with any griddle, I mean, all the ones I've cooked on, I mean, you learn the hot spots you cook and you just work with it. So very rarely do I have stuff all the way in there. So I know if I'm wanting steaks and stuff, I'm putting it in the middle here. So that's my sear zone. But like I said, even when you cook other stuff, it helps even out the temp and levels it out. So, but there's no definitive super cold spots. I mean, right up along the edge is definitely the coolest, but still, I mean, you're getting decent browning compared to the Loco. Seeing in the Loco, I had some super white bread all around, but then that's also temp controlled, so it keeps the temp down, where this keeps climbing, the Blackstone keeps kind of climbing. So, but I mean, I'm happy with it. So I think looks like the Traeger may be a little more even, at least the test that Flat Top King did looking at his. So you can definitely tell it doesn't get as hot as the Halo does, but nothing gets as hot as the Halo. And that's a plus to me, because when it comes to searing steaks or doing fried rice or stuff like that, I want it super hot. Stir fry, I want to create that almost cooking in a wok. I mean, a wok burn in a restaurant is about 100,000 BTUs, so directly on on the wok, so insane heat. This here is only 48,000 BTUs compared to the Blackstone 60,000, but this will get this griddle up to 200 degrees more surface temp than my Blackstone will. But then I think that's a lot in the design. It's set down, so it definitely helps with the wind. It also, you know, and it helps contain the heat in there. So probably uses less gas too. I would bet less propane. So it probably runs more efficient and runs hotter, which is a good thing for me. I mean, a lot of stuff I like cooking, I want the heat. Plus, when you're cooking big groups, you want that heat, so you want that retention. So when you do a load of smash burgers and you come back to throw another set down immediately, you're not losing enough heat where you're not getting that good crust on your burger. You don't want to lose that. I know on the Blackstone it does. I mean, if you cook burgers across it and you throw another round on, you're definitely, it's not on mine, it's not browning up as much. It really loses that heat. Even in the chest, you've seen how hot it was in the middle, but still, that's what it does. So all in all, I'm happy with it. You know, I think it does a good job. Definitely my favorite of the three griddles I got. I mean, I like them all, and I've used Blackstones forever and had many of them in other models too. So had them, gave them away, got more, found deals on them, whatever. So I'll probably keep buying more griddles. So something else cool comes out, you know, I'll probably be checking that out. So, but right now, I mean, the Halo is my favorite. It's built like a tank. I mean, just structurally, it's just a well-built griddle. Insulated hood, you can cook with it down. I mean, I'm excited to do a lot of things on it. I deep fried on it last video. The heat retention was great. You know, the Blackstone, I would be worried about trying to pull a batch out and throwing something else down in it again, you know, but the Halo with that saturated heat, it did a good job on it. So be fair to and then on the Loco griddle, to be fair to it, they do have a more updated version with the new updated burners on it. Those burners, a little more set up like the Traeger. It's got some partitions in it. It looks kind of like the Traeger setup. So that may heat a little even on the Loco. So Loco, if you're watching, send me a griddle, I'll test it. I'd love to cook on it compared to my other Loco to see, you know, the benefits and the differences in it. So, but that's pretty much it for this test. So Loco definitely sucked the most as far as even heating. Blackstone, I thought it did better than the Omnivore top did in Flat Top Kings. At least, you know, browning. It seemed like it had more, even though it did have a super hot middle, hotter than, or it burned it more than this one actually, more concentrated in the middle, which I was surprised. I thought more of this toast would be burned more, but it didn't burn as bad as I thought it was going to burn. But I guess that's a good thing. So, but as far as the testing, that's about it. So you can check out the video and compare it for yourself. Maybe you got some griddles at home, try this out. So that's a good method. Like I said, I did the pancake one on it, but with the bread, you can definitely lay it down faster, so that's pretty cool. Helps get, I think, a little better even temp or reading on it, where the pancakes took a while. So the time I got down, I was already having to flip the other one. So, and this doesn't brown as fast, so it kind of gives you a little more leeway in the test. But that is it for this one. So leave some comments, let me know what you think, and then that's it. We'll talk to you on the next one.